Wash your hands, be down. Do not take the boots off. Don't touch your face. Don't go to the doctor, just come. Do not take the boots off.
Support is give a banks the dilemma flow in my list is a river bank. Thank you, first of all, thank you, South Africa, thank you for clicking the subscribe button, yeah, thank you for making a difference, danki siyabonga. Thank you. First of all, a word of thanks to every single person who has subscribed, who has liked, who has watched, who has commented, who has shared these videos. You guys are officially my day one. I thank God for my day one. Hey! Thanks so much for the support, guys. Continue doing so. Come on in under. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Do the right thing, man, as we continue to do, be, become. Welcome to another video of Doing, Being, Becoming, where we aim to inform, impact, influence, and inspire. Today, we are going to be talking about the thing that has gotten the whole world scared, traumatized, fearful, and most of all, indoors. Today, we are talking about Miss Coco V, Miss Coro, Miss Can't Touch This, Miss Corey in the house. We're going to talk about coronavirus. Because it's getting real. First of all, a disclaimer to all the people who think that there are people who aren't taking coronavirus seriously. Okay, if you really aren't taking coronavirus seriously, take it seriously, because it's not a joke. And then to all the people who think that there are people who aren't taking it seriously because of the humor that they are adding to the situation, we need the humor to neutralize all the hysteria and the fear, otherwise it will go crazy. So to all those who have been adding the humor to the situation and who are responsible for all the memes and the everything, thank you very much. Because of you, we are safe. In this video, we are going to be talking about COVID-19 and more especially the effects and impact that this disease has on our occupational performance. Now, what is occupational performance? Occupational performance is our ability to plan and execute our roles, our routines and tasks to meet to the demands of our internal and external environment. And we view these tasks within the domains of sleep, activities of daily living, instrumental activities of daily living, play, work, leisure, education, and social participation. On the 15th of March 2020, President Cyril Ramaphosa addressed the country where he declared South Africa to be in a state of national disaster. With this, he also instructed, recommended, ordered precautions that we should implement to minimize the spread of this disease. A few of those precautions are regular hand washing with soap and water for 21 seconds to kill the virus and any other thing that may be festering on your hands, regular use of sanitizer to dab it out when you are coughing or sneezing, and also to limit the amount of physical contact we have with people. So that would be our social distancing and the isolation versus the quarantine. As much as these measures are there to secure our physical health, they further compromise our occupational performance, and when our occupational performance is endangered, we are then put back into a position where we are susceptible to ill health by being exposed to occupational deprivation, occupational alienation, and occupational marginalization. What is occupational deprivation? Occupational deprivation is being prevented from participating in occupations that are meaningful to you for reasons that are outside of your own control. Because humans are occupational beings, we attach a certain meaning to the activities that we participate in, and when we are unable to participate in these activities, we experience a lack of purpose, a shift in our perspective of who we are, our identity, and a meaninglessness. And once we experience all these feelings, this puts us at risk of developing physical or mental illness. So how does COVID-19 then lead to occupational deprivation? Because of social distancing, people have been instructed to work from home where it is possible. Schools have been closed, academic activity has been paused, and obviously this shifts how a lot of our roles are now being performed. Not to mention those for whom it's difficult to work from home, like the artists, the sports professionals, the health professionals. And you think of all the concerts and the tournaments that have been cancelled because of COVID-19, and the livelihood of these people is now in danger because where did they find their income? You know, the one thing that they attached so much meaning to is in danger because of factors that are outside of their control, and for this reason they experience occupational deprivation, which then may understandably lead to their ill health. In addition to that, we have occupational alienation, which is a disconnectedness of a lack of meaning as a result of isolation or removal from the physical area in which the occupation that you find meaning in takes place. So it's very easy to say that people must do things that they find meaningful in the comfort of their own home, but when the occupation that you find most meaningful is outside of this environment that you are now confined to, it becomes very difficult for you to find meaning. So just because you are exposed to a lot of occupations within your household doesn't necessarily mean that you find any of them meaningful. With occupation alienation, we also think of the limited expression of the spirit. Now that reminds us of the social restriction that has been placed on the amount of people that are able to gather at the same time. At this current moment, not more than 100 people are able to be in the same place at the same time, which means that the festivities that have been organized in the name of Easter had to be cancelled. Now we can imagine the effect this may have on the people that have been planning for months to go on these outings, which is why it's very important for us to find different ways in which we are able to express or achieve the same level of meaning to this occupation, even though we are now, told to be more creative about it. So what we can do is gather in groups that are less than 100 people, be creative and take advantage of technology. So we can have conference calls where we pray together, watching sermons, live streaming, and more ways in which you can be creative. I do believe though that this time has given us a wake-up call in terms of how and why we do things, because I do believe that for the longest time we have been acting out of habit, and now we are actually forced to think of why we actually do the things we do and the way in which we do them. It's also very important to remember that the church is not the place, but rather it is, or we are the church, and therefore wherever two or more are gathered, there God is. Hallelujah. He is amongst them. So it's it becomes then important to remember that, less sometimes is more. Other ways in which we can ensure that we and those around us don't experience occupational alienation is to keep in touch with each other. I mean, we have technology, and we have always been blamed for being this generation that is always on our phones. Look now, it's coming in handy. So we can always remind each other of how much we mean to each other. Call your friends, call your family, especially those who are affected by the whole disease. Keep in touch with the people and remind them that you are not alone. I am here for you. And though we're far apart, you're always in my heart. That's one of the greatest things we can actually achieve out of this whole pandemic is social unity. And I don't believe we would be able to or get through it without being united. So we need to show this virus that actually the human spirit is stronger and that we can conquer. Word. Anyway, moving on from there. Another thing that we have actually seen play out more than we have wanted to, even though we know that it's something that exists, is occupational marginalization. So what is occupational marginalization? Occupational marginalization is when the decision-making power is taken away from some people to practice their occupations. So these people, though they may want to engage in certain occupations, they don't get to choose how or which occupations they get to get involved in, or yeah. So a classic example of this is the whole ordeal that went viral about a certain group of people stocking up in macro and leaving nothing to other people to prepare for this pandemic. So although we are instructed to wash our hands, to use sanitizer, there are people who aren't able to engage in this because, first of all, they may not have water, or second of all, because all the soap is gone off the racks, all the sanitizer is gone off the racks. So what must happen? What must happen? So with the socio-economic standing of this country, where healthcare is a privilege more than it is a right, especially quality healthcare, some people are unable to get tested for the virus because a test is so expensive and not everybody can afford it. Like, I think it's what? Money? 1.4? 1,400 rand for a test. So that automatically excludes a large portion of South Africans from being able to get tested. Not that everybody would need to get tested anyway, because chances are you don't have the virus. So let's just stay there with the precautionary measures and not even, So also with the social isolation, the recommendation has been to limit public transport use where it is possible. But for many South Africans, it is not possible. So, already from that, it excludes, again, a large portion of the people of the Republic of South Africa, also, but there's so many other ways in which those who have already been marginalized, leading up to this moment, are further being marginalized, which again is a call to the human spirit to please act in the spirit of Ubuntu, to the spirit of compassion and selflessness, because we will not be able to overcome this if we are only thinking about the self. Thank you very much. So again, with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, team, please do take care of yourselves. You understand that this is a very tough time. It is a very compromising time. We are feeling very emotionally restrained. We are feeling frustrated. We are feeling scared. But let me reassure you that there is no need to fear. Honestly, there's no need to fear, because fear only cripples us. It makes us make rash decisions, like we have seen. It makes us act out of foolishness. And we do not need to be foolish right now. We need to be wise. We need to be alert. We need to stay informed and stay educated. All right. So again, head back to or check out the sites that have been flagged as the authorized sites in which you can stay updated. Read up on as much as you can. There is really no need to fear. Just do what you have been taught since the very beginning, and that is wash your hands, hlamba izandla, vas your hand. Oh, guys, just geza izandla. Like, guys, let's not do anything unnecessary that will put our lives and other people's lives at risk. And with especially if you are one of the people who have been advised to stay at home, whether it's for isolation or for quarantine, please take the most of that time to take care of yourself. Take it as a mental pause, break, sleep, exercise, feed yourself, read, develop yourself. And yes, we are very hopeful that this too shall pass. Okay, this is not the end. This too shall pass. And once again, we shall be able to hug each other. We'll be able to hug each other and love on each other and be all in each other's faces as much as we can. But right now, please, just stay right there. Hold it, asu. Hold it, asu. Alright, so I have written a blog about this. I'm going to link the description down below so you can read that since you have time to do that now. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You have no reason to not subscribe. Like, it's free, Mazalana. I don't understand, like, how? Anyway, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and yes, please take care of yourselves during this time. Breathe. Come and breathe. Please breathe. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Okay?